Hey, what's up? It's Craig. I am back for another greatest players in the history of the NFL getting an autograph spot, an autograph card for each spot. I just have one card today, and I decided to do this as just one card. I think it's my favorite looking autograph, and I got some interesting information on how I came to choose it. So we'll just get a kind of a wide angle here of all the stuff, and I'll go over what we have here. We have Jerry Rice as wide receiver, Jonathan Ogden at left tackle, Jim Otto at center. We have Bob Lilly is right now the only defensive lineman. If the Reggie White auto comes back as authentic, I said the word, I got it right, then he will join Bob Lilly. We have Nolan Cromwell as the holder, Steve DiAsi as the long snapper, Morton Anderson as the kicker, Ray Guy as the punter, and Joshua Cribbs as the kick returner. We are missing coach and punt returner, and then as you can see, we're missing some selections over here. I have two more ones that I've bought on eBay, and one hasn't shipped yet from a couple days, so I'm going to have to check into that. But I have two more, and I'm just trying to be a little bit more careful on what I buy and trying to get the better price because we're getting lower in the amount that I need. Most of the easier, I wouldn't say cheaper, because some of the ones that I thought would be cheaper are actually more expensive because they don't sign that much. But some of the easier ones are done now. Now we have to get the harder ones. But give me 1 minute here. Talk amongst yourselves. You can look at the upper deck lamp. The lamp. It is currently filled with Dennis Lamp cards. So take all this down. And as you saw, cornerback. Cornerback is the choice today. And then I do have to make a note. I don't think I mentioned this before. I originally had two guards, a left guard and a right guard listed, but I had forgotten to take one of them out because when I look up the history of guards, they usually don't specify left or right guard. Left or right tackle is pretty important, but the guard is really not. I mean, I thought maybe it was more important, but it really isn't. So we're just doing a guard. And we just happen to have one of the two purchases that I have on the way is the guard. Okay, so I would say so far I wouldn't say controversy because that's not really what it is, but the biggest choice was selecting Jonathan Ogden over Anthony Munoz. You know, Ogden was just, in my opinion, more athletic, but he was also much taller, much bigger. He kind of was there when left tackles became more important and was the best of the best then. So that's why I went with Ogden. This one, when I started looking at this one, only one name came up in my mind when I thought of cornerbacks, and it was Deion Sanders. I'm a Deion fan. I don't like his personality necessarily. I just like, you know, how he played two sports and, you know, how good he was and everything like that. And then I went through the list. I actually put a decent amount of time in looking at all the other lists and then eventually getting statistics. I still got a little bit of a cold going on. The only other name that I decided to put in as a finalist was Rod Woodson of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't know that much about Woodson because honestly, when I was growing up, I hated the Steelers. I wanted nothing to do with them. I didn't follow any of their players. I can remember one time the Dolphins played the Steelers on Monday Night Football, and I was probably like 14, 15 years old. And I snuck out in the yard and I burned Pittsburgh Steeler card. I think Bubby Brister was the quarterback. I burned Steeler cards to try to like some type of luck for the Dolphins, but it seemed like the Steelers beat the Dolphins whenever they played back then. So I hated the Steelers. I didn't know about Woodson. So those are the two finalists, and I'm going to go over the numbers here. Games played, Deion 188, Rod Woodson 238. So Woodson got him pretty good there. That's not one of the main criteria, but it is a bonus. Woodson playing that much more. A big one, the first one that I really stuck out at me was tackles, individual tackles, solo tackles. I did not do assisted tackles. Deion Sanders, 296 solo tackles. Rod Woodson, 530. One of the reasons I maybe didn't think Deion would be the choice was because when he did play, the criticism was that he wasn't really a good tackler. He wasn't that physical. He was the best cover man probably, but he wasn't that physical or a tackler. The next one is sacks. They don't really do corner blitzes anymore. I think they're just too risky. But back in the day, they did a lot of cornerback blitzes, just called the corner blitz. And if you didn't get the sack, that meant you had one less cornerback, and you're probably going to have a big play on you. But Deion had 1 sack on a quarterback in his career. Rod Woodson had 13.5. I know that Pittsburgh's defense was probably better overall than what Deion played on. Maybe he had a whole lot more corner blitzes. So it's a bonus, but it wasn't that much weight on it. A decent one is forced fumbles, meaning like, Deion knocked the ball out of the guy's arms, either by a hit. He had 5 of those. Rod Woodson had 20. So Rod Woodson has led every category, and I didn't cherry pick these. I just went through without looking at the numbers and figured out what categories I wanted to use. Just make sure I'm still here. Hi. Hello. It's Tom. Howdy, y'all. It's Tom Nevers. If you don't know what that means, lucky you. The next one regarding fumbles is fumble recovery. Deion had 4 so 5 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries. Rod Woodson had 32 fumble recoveries. So we're starting to see maybe Woodson's the man here. Interceptions. So here's obviously where Deion Sanders is going to kind of take over. He was the better cover man. He was flashy, jumping in front of passes. Deion Sanders had 53 interceptions in his career. Sounds like a lot. Rod Woodson had 71. Out of those interceptions, returned for a touchdown, Deion had 9 and Woodson had 12. And then total yards. If Deion had played as many games as total yards that they ran back after interception, Deion had 1,331, Woodson 1,483. I'm sure Deion would have had more yards had he played as many games, but Woodson still leads that. Woodson led every single category in the thing. Rod Woodson is the greatest cornerback in NFL history. And I'm going to show you the card in a sec here. I love this card. I mean, the Jerry Rice so far is my favorite one, but as far as looks, I like this card. This is my favorite card so far in looks. This is a Rod Woodson. This is Beckett. I love the Beckett slabs. I like it when they have the gold and more black on there, but I love the Beckett slabs. I like how thick it is. I love the blue signature on the blue card. And this is a Rod Woodson score rookie card. I believe so. I should have done a little bit more research than I did. But we're not looking necessarily for rookie cards. We're looking for autograph cards of the greatest players at every position. So Rod Woodson is the greatest cornerback of all time, and is very nice looking autograph. Very cool. Beckett Authentic. I'm just going to say that. I got it right again. Beckett Authentic. So that was my 1 card this time. I got 2 more. I'm hoping to land at least 1 more card by tomorrow. And then I can come back and I can do like a 3-card listing. So that's it. I will see you guys with other videos and more of these to come. Thank you very much. Bye.